Minister, the struggle for women's liberation and equality has made many advances as a result primarily of the struggle of women themselves, social movements demanding equality and liberation. But despite the formal acknowledgement and recognition that women, that the oppression that women have suffered should end, that the discrimination women have suffered, the gender-based or all forms of gender-based discrimination should end, they do persist. And that's why it's important to celebrate International Women's Day and to continue the fight for equality and for liberation for women. There are many issues you could raise in that regard, but certainly the scourge of domestic violence, gender-based violence, is one that we have still failed to eliminate, and the state continues to fail in providing the supports necessary for women who are victims of gender-based violence and domestic violence. Just to instance my own area, we are one of a small number of areas where there's still no domestic violence refuge at all. We've been promised one with 24 places, and now we've recently been told that's to be reduced to 12. And even the 24 we were promised is half of what would be necessary to reach the requirements of the Istanbul Convention, which we have failed to reach across the country. So while lip service is often paid to the need to eliminate the scourge and provide supports for women who are victims of domestic violence, actually we don't put in the supports necessary. And that is shameful, and we need to do so as a matter of urgency. Also, I think, given what's happening in Gaza, it's very important to just remind ourselves that 70% of those who've been massacred by Israel are women and children. Of the 30,000 people murdered by the Israeli genocidal attack over the last 5 months, 70% are women and children. Totally innocent, butchered by Israel, with guns provided by the United States, by Britain, by Germany, by the so-called civilised democratic states of the world, states that pay lip service to the idea of women's equality and then provide the weapons to massacre women and children on an industrial scale. It brings shame on the so-called Western world, and it is one of many reasons I believe people need to get out in the streets next Saturday on the demonstration of solidarity with Palestine, which is also linked to International Women's Day.